Welcome to Stoak'd Studio, guys. So, what we're going to try doing here is to animate in Procreate a very simple sign. The basis behind this, or key factors in my eyes, is to figure out what doesn't move. And that will be your first layer or keyframe in this aspect. So, I know if you can just forget all the groups here and try and make this as simple as possible. If I turn all these off, my idea here is to find out what's going to move, what's not going to move, to make this as simple as possible. So I'm going to do like a real estate sign. So the sign itself is, these parts right here. Let's just try and get into my framework. Okay, so the sign itself, this part is on a separate layer and grouped together because I know that this, and this is not going to move, okay? So these are kind of the things that are going to be the background or foreground, and the cheat is so I don't have to draw this whole thing over and over again. So the way to do that is obviously draw this kind of image or whatever image you have, and then go into your keyframe right here and you'll get some options. Now the best thing to do here is to flip it to background layer. Okay, so now my idea is that this is going to play through every keyframe. Now, keyframe in Procreate is acknowledged by a layer. So every layer is a keyframe when it comes to animating in Procreate. But if you want to be non-destructive, as in put shadow layers in, extra bits, highlights, then the best thing to do is to turn it into a group. Okay, so when you change these things and put them into the group, this makes like a non-destructive thing, non-destructive layer. So if you are working with should I say clients at the same time, then you won't have any problems with changing certain colors and anything of that nature. Okay, so let's jump into what is going to move. So the basis here, should I say, is when you first go into Procreate and you want to start an animation, you want to go to the spanner tool, canvas, and then put animation assist on, and then you'll get this bar below. Okay, and then you can add frames, settings, which will change frames per second, your onion skin opacity, but we're not going to play around with those, we're just going to leave those. So you're going to add a frame, okay, which in essence all it's done is add a layer, but they call it a frame in that area of the layers. So at that point, we're going to draw a square. And use your quick tool like so. Now I don't draw the perfect square, so I'll go to selection tool. use my distort and kind of eyeball it, I suppose, best I can, like so, just to give it, you know, the feel that I want. Now, as soon as I've drawn this, I want to fill the layer. So from my old tutorials, you probably know that if we just make this the reference layer, add a new layer, we can fill that layer straight away, okay? And then we can actually put this in a group just for now. Now the reason I'm doing this is because we're gonna obviously duplicate this group here to make life easier. Okay, so that's going to be our first keyframe. Alright, so now we're going to duplicate it, and you can see down below on the animation layer I've got a new keyframe. So I'm going to select that keyframe, I'm going to press selection tool, make sure I'm on distort, and then I'm going to move these 2 points backwards, okay? Because now, just by eyeballing this, it looks like it's gone back, okay? Go back into my layers, duplicate the layer again, gives me a new keyframe below, selection tool, and now I'm gonna increase and go over the top. Make this a little bit wider, so it looks like the sign's coming towards me. So now if I play this, it should like, see it's going back and forth. So now all I need to do is to turn down the frame slightly. So if I move this over to the side, it'll probably be a bit easier to see. So if I play this, go to settings, now I can just play with it. Obviously more frames, faster it goes, but just to make more enjoyable, so you can see it going back and forth. It's a bit too fast. That was more like a tornado. So that would be a 3 keyframe animation right there, back and forth. And obviously you can do more so it looks more fluid, so it isn't so sketchy, as in, you know, that, whereas it makes a more fluid motion. But hopefully this gives you a general idea of what you can do in Procreate with the animation tool. So thanks for watching. If you've got any questions or need more advice, then please do let me know. Obviously, like I said, I mean, I did a crazy amount of stuff in this particular one for myself, but I really wanted just to simplify it, to make everything a lot more easier to understand, just to get you started. And then if you've got any kind of questions, then just let me know in the comments, and then we'll go through those. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not subscribed, and look forward to seeing you on the next one.